Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Dragoon. Last time we fought for our lives against Linus, but emerged victorious, thankfully. And now we are at the Twin Castle. We've been given the go-ahead to board the Queen Fury in order to chase after Linus. She went to Elissa Bay, so should be some fun times ahead. We're going sailing for a bit and heading away to further off areas. So first, let's get back to town. Things have hopefully started to return to normal now since we revealed the princess to be a fake and also rescued the real one. So, hopefully that lady can get her baby named at least and not just be told that it's a hell on wheels. So, anyway, we're finished with our business here in the city. We don't have any more stuff to get, don't have any stardust to turn in, of course. No rewards to get. This guy has to get in our way one last time. He's positioned in just a way that whenever you try to leave, he will always walk into your path, so that's fun. Alright, so we are going to need to go up to the port in Danao, which means we will have to pass through the Barrens again, but you won't, thankfully. One little trick I like to do if you want to get here without having to fight a battle is actually go out the left path toward the Valley of Corrupted Gravity, then come back and take the other path. That way you don't have to fight anything. It's quite a lot quicker, even if it's a little bit of a detour. Alright, so back into Danao we go. I believe we have briefly seen the port before. I think I stopped by that part of town, maybe just for a little bit, but maybe I didn't. I honestly don't even remember. And of course, we did see the wedding here earlier and got the bouquet, even though we don't actually have the bouquet in this playthrough. I had to go back again because I forgot. But, that's just what I do. So if we want to get to the port, we can go through this little doorway here. Like I said, I think we've briefly seen it before, but this time there's a ship docked in it. Check that thing out. It amazes me how giant Kongo is. He's just so much bigger, like coming out of Dart. It's just so weird. Yeah, that's bigger than him even. It's a pretty big ship. Yep, so this is the Queen Fury. And this is Kayla. She's a crew member on the Queen Fury. It's a little hard to tell from the tiny polygonal model down there, but I think she's basically supposed to be like a kid. So, I don't know, maybe it's Pueller's niece or something, who knows. And that's also something to get used to. Sometimes you listen to the waves and cast your dreams to the ocean. That is a man's romance. Pueller is a little bit of a romantic. He says stuff like this a lot. But he's kind of a cool guy. So he says, we deserve to be guests on my ship. Finally, we get some recognition. But, of course, we don't want to be treated as guests. We have the same objective. They also need to go after her. They need to get back the sacred heirloom and all that. So we're all going towards the same thing anyway. And as soon as we're ready, we will hit the ocean. Is it the ocean? I guess it seems more like a little river, like it's not really that big. They get across it in no time, but yeah, I think we're ready to go. Don't really have anything else to do, so let's set sail. So we're taking back out to the world map, but we do not have control this time. We just kind of watch the boat as it sails. Like, is that really an ocean? It's not that big. Then again, I guess maybe it's not to scale, I don't know. So you notice that we did stop before we actually reached our destination. And we are going to join our crew with the bird flying around. Take the chance to get a little bit cinematic, I guess. Okay, yeah, we see the bird. We get that. Whoever made that bird must have been very proud of it. Oh, look, more birds. So you can see we kind of get to join our crew on the ship of the Queen Fury here. And this is a good part. I really like this part of the game. It's not like it goes on too long, but we kind of get a chance to have a brief little break with our heroes and just kind of have a little bit of conversation. So it may be a little slower for a while, but Shauna's going to reminisce. She was put in jail, Dart came to rescue her. We were with Lavitz, and now we're here. She left out a few things in between, but basically that's the gist of it. The moon that never sets, the voice of Mirage. Sean's got a lot of mysteries to figure out. And this is basically how this section of the game goes. We get to control each of our party members, which is nice. You don't get to run around as Shauna very often. In fact, you don't really see a lot of her, considering I never use her in battles or anything. So you talk to some of our crew members that's focused on cleaning. Uh-oh, we're in the way. You can kind of do that. Like, he'll actually open a dialogue box if you stand in front of where he's sweeping. But we need to be finding Dart, so we get a chance to kind of explore the ship. And if you want, you could take this chance to look around. But we'll be visiting most of it. I already know where all the crew members are, of course. Where all the crew members, party members, where they all are, of course. So we'll get to pretty much all the areas in no time. We can actually pick up a Stardust over here. And yes, Shauna can pick it up. Actually, if we take a little detour over here to this door on the left, I think this should lead us to the kitchen. Yep, so let's talk to this guy. So he wants, for some reason, just wants to have a Julienne vegetable match with him. Alright, so let's get a description of the game. Person who Julienne's the most vegetables within the time limit wins. The number of vegetables is the same. Person with more chopping wins. Places down a variety of vegetables. Please make a selection by pressing the X button. What? What are you talking about? Please continue to press the X button until you chop once. For green spinach, 3 times for red carrots, 5 times for white radishes, 7 times for a big cabbage. You don't really need to worry about that too much. And basically, he's not going to put a vegetable down if you're chopping, because that is pretty dangerous. Alright, so that's all you can say. This is a pretty simple game, so we'll play it. We all know how great Shauna is at cooking anyway. You know, just do what you gotta do, bud. Do you, man. If Julienne vegetable competitions are your life, then you know what? Go for it. Alright, so he's gonna get things ready, and we can begin chopping. Now, you basically just hit X when stuff comes up until it goes away. I don't worry about how many chops it takes, as long as you stop whenever he starts moving to get something else. You can just sit here and keep doing this, and as you can see, we're pretty far ahead at this point. Of course, I get all the big vegetables. He gets all the small ones. Alright, and time's up, and we definitely completed much more vegetables than the other guy, 12 more to be exact, and it looks like we took the victory. It's a very easy game. Really, I don't know why they included it other than just to be cute, I guess. But no, we got a record for chopping and for the number of vegetables. I guess the point being, you could play this game with different party members. I don't really think there's any difference, so let's not do it again. And also for our effort, we get 1 gold. Great, thanks, bye. So yeah, that's just, I don't know, a pointless little mini-game. It's good to include those from time to time, though. Break up the action a little bit. Gives you something to do, chop up some vegetables. You know, help feed the people, right? Alright, so back to our scheduled mission of finding Dart. You can see Haschel is over here sitting in the corner. I believe we can talk to these guys. We don't really get anything special. Though maybe we do. So, you know, it might be worth... Yeah, he's contemplating, so shouldn't disturb him. So it might be worth going around seeking some of the other party members, but I don't know. I tend to just kind of go for the main thing. Alright, here he is at the helm, of course. Commodore Puler over there. No, go down the stairs. Movement's a little iffy there. So let's talk to Dart. When humans go to sea, there's a lot to think about. Friendship, love, life, and romance. Probably Dart's heart is wandering in the Mother Ocean. We should get it back. He needs that. Oh, hey, finally he realizes. Is it time for the talk now? Eventually our journey will end. Well, can't get much clearer than that. Well, that was productive. Love and sailing are alike. It's time for another purer lesson of romance. If you don't swim against the waves and just enjoy it, you will overcome it. Thinking alone is sometimes good, but sometimes when you listen to others, your way will open up. Perhaps. It's not like his advice is all bad, at least, right? So, as Shauna guessed, he was actually thinking about the Black Monster. And it might be a good idea to talk to Rose about it. We've got some time, and she seems like the only person that would know about that kind of thing, so, you know, perhaps it's a safe bet. So as we saw before, she's at the very top of the crow's nest here, if you really even want to call that a crow's nest. I guess it is, just multiple tiers. Alright, so let's see what Rose has got to say. I don't know about that. You've got to know something, right? Yeah, it's probably a good question. Revenge does not generate anything. That's what I learned from Lavitz. Yep, remember the whole saga with Graham, and, you know, kind of did the same thing. Killed the dude that killed his dad, so, you know, sort of in the same situation there. I don't know what I'm gonna do, or even what I want to do when I face the Black Monster. Just want to know what he is. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You know, it's one of those things where, like, he doesn't really even understand what happened or why it happened. You know, the source of the power of Dragoons. War is not in human nature. Humans fight by making themselves enter insanity. It's the same for revenge. That doesn't sound healthy. This is a tool to amplify the insanity, and this insanity is the source of the power of Dragoons. Well, that makes it sound a little bit darker now that you put it that way. Some days something will happen if you cannot chasten your insanity. I wonder if you will be able to endure it, given the size of your spirit. Well, cool. I definitely came up here for cryptic speak that makes me feel bad. Not, you know, I guess something we'll have to come to terms with eventually, right? It's better knowing than not knowing. When I face him, I'll find my own answer to that. So, unfortunately, couldn't really provide us too much information, but, you know, maybe helped us sort a few things out here and there. We still really don't even know anything about why Rose is around either, you know? So she decides to take a walk. This is kind of the first time we don't really have somebody to talk to, but she'll find somebody, right? How about we talk to this guy here as the lookout, see what he's got to say. See anything? Oh, you don't have to turn around and look at me with your telescope there. Alright. If I'm stuck? Where? Okay. I didn't know what I was stuck on. Let's get down. I also like the music for this place, which is good because you're gonna hear the loop a few times. But it's a good loop. It does a good job of kind of fitting the atmosphere. If we're just, you know, we're just on a ship out at sea. It's not like there's anything urgent. It's just kind of lackadaisical. So she notices Haschel. Queen Fear is the only steel boat in all of Endiness. It can even endure the attack of a sea dragon. I've heard a lot about this supposed sea dragon. Do you want to talk about your love? Because, you know, why else would she be going to Haschel, right? He is kind of the love guru, right? We know him with all the ladies. I was just walking around and happened to be here. Yeah. And Haschel brings up the good question here. Why are you with us? I heard that in the beginning it starts Dragoon spirit, but it seems that's not all. Maybe this journey is just a little break for me. It's none of your business, of course. And she walks off. We'll get something out of her one day. We'll eventually learn her motivations, maybe. Guess I was involved too much. Yeah, well, you know. It's a valid question, though, right? You know, like if you're gonna be trusting her with your life at some point, you'd kind of like to know why she's around. So a little bit of a flashback here into Haschel's days training his daughter. Of course, his whole reason for being out in the first place was to search for her. Maybe looking back with a little bit of regret, you know, kind of having to toe the line between master and father. It's probably not easy to do. And maybe he was a little bit hard on her. Oh, man. Well then. It's just running away from the pain that we have to overcome together as a master and as a father. There you go. It's been 20 years. Man, that's a long time. Well, I found it was only my immaturity. Look at Haschel being all serious. He's normally the kidder. But, you know, you get left alone with your thoughts. I guess he's thinking it through a bit. And then realizes he's become too mushy. But that's alright. Maybe I'll go tease Kongol. Hey, there you go. That's a good idea. Alright, so we have to go find Kongol. Obviously, he hasn't been in any of the places we've been so far. And it turns out he's actually going to be all the way back down at the bottom of the ship here. Okay. Yep. I do get stuck with movement quite a lot in this game. Alright, so if we go downstairs, this is going to take us to the engine room. And this is where, of course, we're going to find our good buddy Kongol, newest addition to the party. But before we speak to him, let's go check this little wheelbarrow over here, and we're going to get another piece of Stardust. Aw, Kongol, buddy. Yeah, you're not now. Come on, hang out. Have some fun. That might be a good idea. Talk to Albert. Might know something about Dole's story from the past. I would also be interested to hear about that. It seemed like Dole had kind of a, you know, not so evil history. Albert had met him before when he was really young, and then, you know, suddenly divided the country in two, so might be interesting to kind of learn, you know, what brought all that about. You know, maybe we have a little bit of inclination with Lloyd and all his schemes or whatever he was planning. And, of course, it's good to know that they made the doors big enough that Kongol could go through. If they made them human-sized doors, he might have kind of a problem getting around. Albert, I believe, is in this first room. Might be kind of funny to play the cooking game with Kongol. But I also like talking to this guy. For my curiosity, how do Gigantos propose? Yeah, for your curiosity, are you planning on proposing to a Giganto lady? That'd be interesting. I thought the whole idea was Gigantos aren't supposed to, like, exist anymore, but apparently there was a whole village of them not so long ago, so who knows. Ah, what a sad life you lead, Kongol. Maybe friends are the people who walk the same road. People who walk together, but not led by somebody who share happiness and pain. Yeah, that's fair enough. No one's really leading anyone, but, you know, we're all walking down the same road beside each other, so it's a good way to put it. Though it is kind of, you know, a thing, though. Kongol doesn't really have an objective other than to follow everybody, since we were stronger than Dole. And, of course, Meru wants to hang out. It's thanks to those girls I can continue to walk on this road. And Albert's going to go socialize. This ought to be good. I'm pretty sure Albert and Meru could not be any more different from each other. So why not? Let's hang out with Meru. She's going to be back here. Oh, bullseye. Oop, oop. I like how she bounces back on the bed, too. That's pretty good. Oh, come on, talk. There we go. You're a bit too squarish. You gotta become cool like Dart. Oh, the exciting question time. I don't think that's what she had in mind by hanging out. When he joined us, he said there's still something I can help with. Is that true? Well, I guess so. I don't know why, but I really feel that way. I don't know what it is. Fair enough, I guess. We will not be able to succeed if we take a lackadaisical attitude towards it. Yeah, Meru. I want to make sure one more time I don't want to see anybody else dying. Yeah, true enough. The king became too serious. That he did. Seems to be something he's good at. Now's my big chance to hang out with Dart. Alright, so it looks like we've come full circle. There's a whole nother area up here, up these stairs beyond Meru's room. But I'm not quite sure that there's really anything worth checking out up here. If she reaches there, it'll be very difficult to find her, and maybe so. We can head up here and I think go all the way around. I'm really not even sure what this room is, to be honest with you. Yep, I don't think, actually, I have ever been in this room, like, at any time that I've played this game. So, what's up? Something to report? Hey, pretty, you want... So, wait, what? Why? No, don't talk that way. Yeah, so it's, you know, it's one of those things where most of the crew members will say something different if you talk to them with different people, so it might be worth doing. Is that what that guy is saying, or is that what Meru's saying? Okay, that's what that guy is saying. The Meru was considering tinkering with the ship. Hey, Kayla, what's up? In order to take back the treasure of Tiberoa, everyone's doing their best. That is true. Alright, you keep doing that. So yeah, she's just kind of like the assistant. You know, she doesn't really do a whole lot, but then again, it looks like she's just a kid, so fair enough. Alright, so now that we got sidetracked a bit there and checked out the engine, let's go and hang out with Dart. Thankfully, we know where he is. Aha, we found him. Uh-oh, what's she planning on doing? Oh man, that's old school. Wow. So you get a chance here. I like a lot of these. Hashel, quit that voice. I doubt it, but Kongol? Albert, don't be silly. Of course, we know the correct answer, but, you know, she says something different. This is totally inconsequential. But, you know, I think I like this one. Anything to foil Meru's plans, right? Yes, Congo don't speak with forked tongue. Also, I like the rogue apostrophe there. Nicely done. Yeah, it's not like the ship is... I mean, it's a big ship, but once you've seen it, you've kind of seen it all. Just sees you walking with a pretty girl like me, she'd get mad. I don't think so, Meru. Don't you think Rose is strange? No, that's not nice. Don't talk about people behind their back. She's strange, but I don't think she is as strange as you. Totally true. I think she has something that she hasn't told us, or she's been involved in something shady, or... I don't know, seems likely, but still, it's not nice to talk about people like that behind their backs. Yeah, there you go. See, Dart's on my side, I get it. I mean, you know, I guess she does kind of have a point, though. She seems to purposefully not be opening herself up literally at all, so... Alright, so we're going to depart on Meru's expedition, but the expedition is going to be fast because I know exactly where they want us to go. I'm really not even sure if, like, stuff happens if you go somewhere else. Probably, but I don't know. I'd prefer to not really take the time. And we'll just talk to Rose here. It seems likely that, like, maybe if you go to places with other people... in fact, you know what? Let's try it. If nothing happens, then we'll just come back. But, you know, maybe it'd be fun to see what happens. A Hashel spotted. It kind of bothers me how she refers to people as their name. He seems to be lost in thought. Everybody needs time to think, and this is as good a time as any to do it. You know, I imagine that would be one of the appeals of being on a long boat ride to somewhere. You know, you get time to just kind of sit down and, you know, contemplate whatever you need to think about for the time being. Hiding in a small place. If the people of his country could see this, how sad they would feel. Yeah, don't worry about it, Albert. You're having a hard time. All right, then. Let's see what she's got to say about Shauna. I like how Dart is just brutally honest with everybody. She wants to have an adventure and she's dragging me around. I don't think so. You're the one that disappears inside of me when we walk around. I'll be here for a while. I've got stuff to do. Birds to play with. It's probably more appealing than going on Meru's expedition anyway. Alright, so we got one last guy. I don't know what she's going to do with Kongol here. Oh, there we go. That box floating around up there makes me nervous. Just confess that you love adventures. Poor Kongol. Babysitter looks hard. That's totally true. Alright, so that's all of our other party members. I guess it was good that we went and looked for them. I don't really know. I've probably done that at least once. Like maybe the first time I played through it way back when, but It's been long enough that I've basically forgotten what happens with all of them, so it's good to see. But of course, we'll be going back up and talking to Rose last. So let's do that. Don't play a prank on her. She doesn't understand jokes. Yeah, it would just end badly. She'd probably get stabbed or something if she tried to do the cover the eyes trick. She's always cold, but when it comes to a critical point, she leads us in a variety of ways. That's kind of true. I mean, she wasn't around for this, but, you know, when Dart first unleashed his Dragoon form, she was kind of the one that guided him through it, you know? So, in a lot of ways, she has definitely helped us out. Told us about all the ancient evils we've been up against and all that, so... Well, that sure didn't look friendly, did it? Yeah, that that certainly doesn't look like a good time. Also, the spooky music doesn't really help either. Oh, come on. It's only natural that everybody would want to look at it, right? And it's like obviously some kind of ghost ship or something. It's not the first time we've seen one of these in an RPG. There's a heraldry. It looks like the royal ship of Mil Sasso, huh? Oh boy! Dart's excited at least. It got the engine room, of course it did, so we can't go anywhere. Yeah, there's nothing really we can do. Of course Rose knows something about it, right? Like, why wouldn't she know something about it? Uh-oh, that's not good. It's always Shauna. Shauna's always the one that goes missing. Oh, what's that thing? That's interesting. Of course, weird. This is the Rose knows something about it, and weird things are happening to Shauna. This seems to be a theme. So some kind of ghost knights came in to protect her from reanimated skeletons. Huh, I wonder what we're getting ourselves into here. We're here already, so we might as well just take some kind of tour here. I like the question marks at the end. Like even she knows that's a ridiculous thing to say. No, are you kidding? Oh, well, since Shauna wants to go. Albert, not you too, man. Realistically, we should just get everybody back on the boat. Let's not even mess with this place. There are already reanimated skeletons trying to kill us. Alright, so we get to change our party. No thank you. Ugh, get that out of here. That's a terrible party. Why would you do that? Alright, so now we get to explore. Before we do any real exploring, though, we are probably going to head back. I don't think, actually, can we jump back off? Looks like we can. So, looks like there's an item store down here? Have I ever done this? Inner Weapon Depot. I don't think that I have ever jumped back on this ship in my life. Oh man, new items and everything? Wow. Okay, well, we'll buy this. He's already got that. He's already got that. Stun guards. Okay, so nothing too special, just a new weapon for Albert, which helps so much, because he's already definitely the strongest in our party. Now we'll check out the item place. And actually, yeah, we could, because we only have a few healing breezes. Let's take a couple healing potions, and then one more healing breeze. We've still got all this stuff. I've got some attack items. It might actually be a good idea. Let me go and sell something I'm not going to use. Let's just get rid of this detonate rock. Might be a good idea to actually buy one light-based attack for all, just for something coming up later, so we'll keep that on hand. And it looks like we can also rest back here. If we want to rest, we can go to the cabin, which might not be a bad idea. I don't know if we've been healed. Okay, no, we haven't, so actually it'd be a good idea to rest first. Alright, so now we're ready to go. Next time we will hop back over there and explore the ghost ship, see what kind of things await us. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.